Introductions to songs. If you want to see funny stories, just watch the film. Anyway, I think what he was referring to is that you notice how Chris has got a problem. Well, he's got several problems actually. But his major problem at the moment is that he's limping, right? And the reason he's limping is because
he's a limpet.
Limping. The reason he's limping is because he requires a hip operation. So it's sad, isn't it? Yeah, it really is sad getting old.
And everyone's been singing these songs like to be hip. I think it's really funny.
Yeah. Anyway,
well, they did until our Chris smashed their head in.
with his hip,
with his walking stick.
Yeah, so all I was going to say is at the beginning of the season, when we first found out that Chris had this problem with his hip, we just happened to introduce the fact that how Chris used to be known when we were all young and vibrant and virile and things like that. But he used to be known as a hippie because he had long hair, and now he's known as a hippie because he was quite a hippie. The sadness of getting old.
So that was the joke for Man at the Bar. I hope you enjoyed it. We've had to go through that 10 times this week.
I think I've still got reasonably long hair. Have I?
Yeah, but it's knackered. It hasn't got any better things. Song we got from Peter Bellamy again. We were saying last night at the Pavilion, actually this morning at the Pavilion. Peter asked us whether we would be interested in singing a song at 10:30 on Sunday morning, 29 years ago, down in Cornwall at a festival. Of course, we started laughing at him, and he says, "Alright." But then he sang the song, and we said, "Oh yeah, we'll turn over that." So we did, and we said, "We'll nick that off you if that's alright." He says, "Absolutely, yeah." It was great giving songs away. So we said, we'll have that. So it's on our new CD, 29 years later. So how many verses has this got? Three. So what's that? 3 divided by 29? Or 29 divided by 3?
9 and 4/5.
So it's taken 9 4/5 years per verse to learn this song. God, I hope it's worth it. If you want to clap and things like that, this song.
It's a bit of a Hallelujah God song. I keep hearing your legs squeaking. Do you want to give Chris one?
I've never ever wanted to give Chris one.
Let's keep what we did in the family bedroom.
We've all slept together over the years, but I've never had the urge to give any of them one. Me and Ken used to rub up a lot when we were younger. That's something I'm still working on.
Chris,
to get rid of.
Yes, you got no chance.
Yeah, we all shared a bedroom, you know, when we were back in Bray Crescent.
We all shared a bedroom. There was only 2 of us shared a bed, right? And it was a 3/4 bed. There was no getting away from it, you know? Particularly when we hit our teens. You know? There was 2 particular lumps in that bed that we were both afraid of, you know. And each of them were attached to either me or him.
Not at the same time.
Neither me or him slept for 4 years. I mean, you know when you say, you know, you didn't know which way to turn, people take that. Me and him know what that really means. So to alleviate the
situation, I decided it would be the eldest one.
Oh, we're to London.
I left home at the age of 4.5. to pursue a career in London. And I found much better lodgings in the
That's not why I heard.
in the entrance lobby of Boots.
That obviously was too much information. If you could just keep it to yourself. Yes, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone.
2, 3.
Because I believe and have found salvation. When I die, I live again. My soul will take part in that jubilation. When I die, I live again. When I die, I live again. I live again. Hallelujah. My soul will find heaven. When I die, I live again. A fear of the grave is removed forever. When I die, I live again. My soul will rejoice by that crystal river. When I die, I live again. When I die, I live again, I live again. Hallelujah, I live again. Because I'm forgiven, my soul will find heaven. When I die, I live again. Because in the Lord I have made confession. When I die, I live again. Oh, now in my soul there is no transgression. When I die, I live again. When I die, I live again. I live again. Hallelujah, I live again. Because I'm forgiven, my soul will find heaven. When I die, I live again. When I die, I live again. I live again. Hallelujah, I live again. Because I'm forgiven, my soul will find heaven. When I